Good afternoon, Kishore.
Yeah,
Just brief me about yourself, your skill sets and all, right? And how many years of experience you have, right? And what all impediments or the blockers you have, right? And where you are getting stuck in your career. Tell me each and everything. Just be open so that I can evaluate better. It's not a evaluation, I can say it's more of a career counseling. Okay, so it
yeah,
is good for you. So I'll understand the complete, right? Whether you are from
yeah,
IT background or a non-IT background, right? Or which path will be
yeah,
best for you. I'll suggest accordingly. Okay.
yeah. So, can I start?
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I graduated in 2017 in electronics and telecommunication. Yeah, as a in bachelor's of engineering.
Hmm,
And since I was working in telecom and IT domain as well, so initially I joined in telecom as a field engineer, and I spent there around 1.5 years. After that, uh, before before starting,
hmm,
I completed my RHCSA and RHC course, and also obtained the global certification at that time in
hmm,
2018. But I could not get the job, so
hmm.
I can't sit home idle at that time.
Okay.
So family. Due to this situation, I joined in telecom domain
Hmm,
and spent there around 1.5 years.
hmm,
So somewhere around in my mind,
hmm,
I I cleared my global certification. I got my hands on training, but
hmm,
not get the job in Linux. So
hmm,
somewhere in the mind, I want to switch in the Linux, but
hmm,
could not help me to uh, get into the Linux job, or not get the time as I wanted to switch job in Linux, as the first job was field job.
hmm,
So after that, I got a chance as a data center technician.
hmm,
Uh,
hmm,
uh, I read job responsibilities. It probably a technical support,
hmm,
like installation of routers, switches, and servers.
hmm,
Somewhere in my mind, like
hmm,
uh, uh, it's similar to the Linux admin position, or
hmm,
will be getting as some of experience on servers, so I
hmm,
can switch into the Linux troubleshooting and Linux administration. So
hmm,
I started as a data center technician in lockdown 2020, March 2020,
hmm.
and in banking domain. So
Hmm. Good.
for 3.5 years.
Hmm, hmm. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and my last job was only for 5 months. The project got ramped down, so I got laid off, and right now I'm looking for a job. But
Hmm,
when your video was when I was scrolling on YouTube, so your video was on the feed, so I saw, and at that time I was middle in the Linux,
hmm,
again Linux training
hmm,
of Udemy course.
hmm.
So I completed that. Right now I am today I starting your troubleshooting videos.
Okay.
Yeah, and wanted to switch into the Linux admin,
Okay.
Linux career.
Okay. So, fine. First thing first, straightforward. Two, three questions I'm going to ask you, Kishore. So, first, you tell me total in paper, okay, legally, how many years of experience you have?
I have total 5.5 years of experience.
So, you have the offer letter, you have the relieving letter, you have the pay slips, you have the PF statement, and everything with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, very good.
All, all, all the offers letters and all the payslip.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Now, second question is that. you have already done a RHCSA certification and RHCE both, correct?
No, only RSCSA.
Okay, so exam 200 you have given, right? So
Yeah,
you have
at the
at least well understanding of like how a Linux administrator job would be, first of all,
yeah,
correct?
yes, sir.
And you always wanted to land in Linux administration, which you are
Yeah,
not getting, right? You landed somewhere
yes, sir.
else. Tell me if I'm
Yes,
wrong.
sir.
Okay. What I
Yes,
understand from your whole journey, it's see, it's not a, I would say, it's a misfortune, or you can say, might be because of the, I would say, you did not get the right job, right? And you landed
yes,
somewhere else. Okay,
yeah,
without immediately I can analyze this one by looking
yeah,
at your complete diagnosis which you have given
yeah,
me. Okay, fine. So currently you are not working, first of all,
yes, sir.
Kishore. Okay, and you
Yeah,
want to start your career, you want to resume your career again, correct?
yeah,
And from where to start, how to start, and all, you are not sure.
yeah. I want to start in Linux domain only.
See, this is what I want to hear from you. Most of like, if I take, you see, so many of members see have taken the career counseling. Immediately
Yeah,
they want to jump into DevOps, but you are very clear. Okay, this is one
yes,
good
sir.
thing about you. Okay,
Yeah,
that you know where I am exactly, correct, and I have
yes, sir.
to stick with my basics, with my skill sets. Fine. So you are absolutely fine. So what you have to do it immediately. I'll give you the solution for you. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so this 5 years, you need to prepare a resume, Kishore. So
Okay.
I would say like next 3 months will be crucial for you. Anyways, if you have from how many months you have been sitting idle?
So around 4 months.
Okay, around 4 months is no worries, but now you have to start rigorously, or I would say, you have to work out hard without
Yeah,
thinking of the byproduct. Remember very
yeah,
carefully. I am
yes,
a person who totally believe in hard working, and
yeah,
smart work is also there. Plus, I
yeah,
don't believe in byproduct. So success is a byproduct. That is a incentive. Okay, like milk,
yeah,
right? So milk byproduct is ghee, butter, cheese, paneer, and all. So we don't know what
yes,
it's going to be, right? But we
yeah,
know milk. That's it, right? So by stop thinking of the byproduct. It depends upon your hard work, which one you are going to get. Okay. The
yeah,
first thing is what you need to do is that you have to prepare a resume according to the Linux administration and automation. Since you have mentioned that you have been worked as a technical support engineer in the data center where you have been working
yeah.
in the routers and switches and all, so you have
Right.
good understanding of networking, at least according to me,
Yes, sir.
correct? So you
Throughout server to switch patching,
correct.
like yeah,
Yes. No,
something
immediately I understand, Kishore. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. No issues.
yeah, ILO configuration, patching, and Windows server physical server troubleshooting,
Hmm.
rack and stack the servers,
Hmm.
their monitoring.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
that's like that.
Okay, so you are well aware of rack server and all, right? So that is
Yes,
what
sir.
I know. See, you know, uh, sitting at this position, because my career is very versatile. So I'm not here to tell you about my career. Here I am for you. Okay. So by looking at the rice, when you boil a rice, right, you'll come to know whether it's
Yes.
fully cooked or not. Okay. So I
Yeah.
can do it. Okay. So don't
Yeah.
worry about that one. So immediately for you, networking knowledge you have very good. So see, currently in market there are four openings which is in high demand. First of all, nobody is focusing on this area. They are focusing on only one thing, that is DevOps, which is absolutely wrong. I said from day one, I am telling you, if you
Yeah.
want to directly jump into the 20th floor of a building, so you want to
Yeah.
make a suicide, okay? Or you want to
Yeah.
directly. So people don't want
Yeah.
to see the foundation first. See, everything comes via process also, Kishore, you also know, right? You have to
Yeah.
take step one, step two, step three, like this. Then only you can
Yeah.
reach to the top story. That is how
Yeah.
it has to be. And in my live sessions also, I told that DevOps profile is very vast. Okay, there are four openings. Okay, four job role which is very in high demand. One is your platform engineer, another one is your SRE engineer, third one is your DevOps engineer, fourth one is like your application support engineer, or I would say like production support engineer. This comes under same category only. Okay, so these are the job which is very in high demand. And you know the core of all this job is your Linux administration and shell scripting.
So,
So if
yeah.
somebody is very good in Linux administration and troubleshooting, at the same time if he is very good in I would say like in shell scripting, he can easily become any for him this role easily suits. Okay, so there is no a second thought of that one. Okay, so what you
Yeah.
need to do is like, what I understand, your networking is very good. Okay,
Yeah.
so you can land into a job of, according to me, that is site reliability engineer. This job is very high demand in Germany. There is a huge requirement in Canada, in US also. There are so many countries which needs SRE engineer and which needs platform engineer. Okay, and since you have a good understanding in the data center, so you know what is a switch, what is a router, right? How the
Yes.
connectivity will be, and all those things. Even
Yes.
ILO, you said, I know, even I have worked with ILO, Integrated Light Out.
Yeah.
This is a utility tool by HP and IBM also they provide, but they
Yes.
have a different for that to log into their console for the physical servers. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. So you have good understanding. So for these 5 years, what you need to do is that these 5 years you have to mention as a Linux administrator, plus you have to mention senior Linux admin. Okay,
Okay.
listen very carefully, and if it's required, you can
Yeah.
note it down also, Kishore. Okay,
Yeah.
so senior Linux administrator you need to mention because they are going to ask you question according to that. Okay. Now the second thing is that you have to also tell them that you have done some kind of a automation of your existing environment. Okay. Suppose you said right for the monitoring purpose. Okay. Suppose you are monitoring something, or a log monitoring or something you are doing. So that you have automated. I would say like some CPU spike will be there, okay, or you will say
Yeah.
like RAM is high, okay, or the disk space is high. So these alerts going to where? These alerts will go to the different DLs. I'm giving you an real time example which you can mention in your resume also, Kishore. Okay,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
for the performance point of view, we have different tools in place, but at the same time, you can tell that for some of the physical server, I have automated the monitoring stuff also with the
Yeah.
help of shell scripting. So you know your environment better, right, compared to any
Yeah.
other, right? So if you know your environment, so easily the manual task which you have been doing, that you can automate with the help of shell scripting, right?
Yeah.
So how you are going to do that one? So you have to learn. That is what I said. 3 months is going to be your target. So first
Yeah.
1 month you should give your fully to Linux administration with all.
Okay.
See what all things you have to be very proficient at. I'll show you here immediately. This is my website only, Kishore. Okay, so
Yeah.
here the course content you can go and you can check also. That I'll come to
Okay.
later, but it's totally up to you.
Okay.
I have not forced to anyone, but that I'll
Yeah.
let you know. Okay. But since, okay, you see here, so these are the things you should be very proficient at. Okay. That
Okay.
is, you should well aware of end-to-end installation of your Linux, first of all, of your
Okay.
RHEL9, since we are working with RHEL9 only in most
Yeah.
of the environment. So that is something which is you should know. Okay.
Yeah.
Second thing is you should have well aware of architecture and the file system hierarchy, including you should know the troubleshooting, what is required. I have mentioned all these things in my 100 days of IT corporate boot camp. Okay.
Okay.
With real time example. Correct. And managing file system, logical volume manager, right? User and group administration, managing SC Linux, booting, procedure, kernel parameter, job automation, like you're scheduling the cron jobs and all for shells. Suppose you have
Yes.
written a script, right? That you need to mention in the cron job. Okay. Now the second thing
Yeah.
is SSH authentication, means if you have to communicate between two server, you should be your SSH should be enabled, okay, and you should be easily able to log in from one server to the other server without password, correct? That is
Yeah.
required in case of server configuration. Like if you are configuring FTP server, you are configuring NFS server or a DNS server, then
Yeah.
SSH authentication should be enabled for both the server where you have been deploying your public key and private key under authorized key. Okay, so these things you should know very good understanding. Okay, then only your troubleshooting skills is very good. So this is, I am just telling you one example. Like this there are so many examples are there, okay, with real time example. So DNS and shell scripting is there, and this shell scripting you have to cover all these things using structure command, more structure command. Under structure means if then else statement will be there. In more structure your
Yeah.
loops will be there, for loop, while loop, until loop will be there. Handling user input, so how you are going to give input to a script. You have seen scripts, like suppose if you have to
Yeah.
install a Apache Tomcat with the help of script, if you have to install the Kafka, if you have to install the Zookeeper, if you have to install FTP server also. Okay, so these things you can automate with the help of shell scripting. So you have to provide an input value from a CLI from your command line. If you are not understanding, don't worry about that one.
Yes, sir.
So you
Yeah.
will know everything. Okay, I'll tell you that one. So these two
Yeah.
things, see, you go, I'll ping you this link also to you.
Yeah.
You just go through this one. Okay, and
Sure.
see, I have pinged you. You go through. These are the topics, and you should be knowing more, almost all the server like DHCP, DNS, FTP, cronny server, or I would say NFS server, NTP server. Okay, with real
Okay.
time troubleshootings, correct? Then you are
Yeah.
very good at, I would say, in Linux administration. Now the second thing is your shell scripting. So those are the example also is available in my channel for the real time projects and all. So once you ready with this one in 2 months, now the 1 month you have to spend time for Linux 100 plus interview question and answer. So that is available in my channel only. Please go through that one. Each and every question I want, and then you come back. You have to prepare the resume for 5 years, correct? Now the next
Yeah.
thing is you have to apply different job role. Okay, that I'll tell you how to apply and all. Okay, don't worry about that one. Everything that is also there in my live. If you go to my playlist, there is a playlist where I have mentioned career counseling. Or complete playlist is there. One to one mentoring or live.
Yeah.
One second, I'll show you that also.
Yeah. Initially, I was started for DevOps videos, but I
Uh-huh.
saw one of your videos that Linux troubleshooting is very essential, and most of the DevOps engineer prioritize for Linux troubleshooting. So I cut that from a video and started again the Linux administration course, which was I was in the middle of in the Udemy.
Okay.
So I, yeah,
Yeah. So, Kishore, I talk always truth because I see things from here. So, I have been, my journey is like that only. I have worked with almost everything, and now I am managing a team of DevOps engineer. Okay. So, I know what I am taking interviews of those DevOps engineer. Okay. So, I know
yeah,
DevOps, where they are lacking. DevOps is not only some set of tools. In last,
yeah,
somebody will go through you only. I'm telling, please go through my live session and they'll come to know. There, if you only learn those tools, so there are so many tools. How many tools you are going to learn? You have to understand the foundation again and again. I'm telling you. And
yes,
if you go and see what is the role of a platform engineer, what the JD, so you'll see almost 70% of the work will fall under Linux administration and the automation,
yeah,
right? And only the,
right,
see, I'll just give you an example, very small example. You know, in Linux there is something called process management, right? So if you
right,
have to see how many processes are running, or how many processes are, like, you want to grab the I would say the port and all everything. So a simple command, if you want to see how many processes are there, ps-ef, right? And if you have to
If
grep a
right.
dedicated process, you know in
Yeah.
Docker, if you have to see how many containers are running and how many are active or inactive. So Docker
Yeah.
ps is the command over there.
Oh.
Ultimately, everything is Linux only. Nobody is
Yeah.
understanding this. The If I tell you, you tell me, you give me each and everything, I'll give you. Even in Jenkins, also you build the pipeline. You have to
Yeah.
troubleshoot when your pipeline failed at Linux level only. You have to check the logs and all. Correct.
Yeah.
Troubleshooting skills comes with there only. So 70% of the things, Linux is not some set of commands. If I'll tell you na LDAP server, so many things are there. It's beyond. Okay. So this platform engineer, this SRE engineer, this DevOps engineer, application support engineer, a production support engineer, everything will fall under Linux only. Okay. So if you are good in Linux and shell scripting na, so you will be fit in any role. And
Yeah.
anyways, in my channel only, I said, by like, I am not pushing you immediately to the cloud and all. Like, I can push you, okay? So I'm not telling, because since you have spent a good amount of time in data center and all, so I'm
Mm.
utilizing your current skill set. So that you can
Yeah.
easily, I would say, mug up. Easily, you can remember and you can go for the role.
Yeah.
And I can challenge you. Will be easily get a SRE role or a platform engineer role.
Yeah.
If you want, I'll tell you also what is the role of a SRE engineer or a role of a platform engineer. Wait, I'll
Yeah.
front of you only. I'll read it. Then you'll understand.
Yeah. I was clear in my mind that I want to start in Linux first. So somewhere in 2018, I was escaped from Linux. So there is a guilt in my mind. So you are started something and you are not ended up there. So you
Correct.
have to start again and end up there.
You cannot escape from Linux. First of all,
Yeah.
you cannot escape from Linux. If somebody is thinking he can only learn those, uh, if he thinks that he can only learn some few DevOps tools and he'll become a DevOps engineer, then very honestly, I'm telling you are wrong. Okay. So you are thinking that let's make a butter without milk. Correct. So you have to come via through milk only you can become a butter. This is that reason I have given you that example. Now you have understand. So if you have to become a platform engineer or a DevOps engineer, the best thing, butter, I think it's the best, cheese and butter. So these are like DevOps
Yeah.
engineer, these are like your platform engineer or SRE
Yeah.
engineer, right? So from where it's
Yeah.
coming? It's coming from milk. That is
Milk.
Linux.
That is platform Linux.
Okay.
So yeah, that
Now see this
I
one.
seen. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me explain this one. See here, just read this one. What this is a site reliability engineer. Okay,
Engineer.
correct.
Yeah.
And this is for a
Yeah.
experience. I know there is a more experience looking for, but see the JD of this one, Kishore. In site reliability engineer, you will be closely working with several
Several
uh, data center,
data
the entire
centers,
cloud organization, and
cloud
IBM
organization.
vendor support, maintain, operationally improve the IBM cloud infrastructure. You will be focused on
Infrastructure.
following key responsibility: monitor health and production test system. This everything falls under Linux only. Ability to respond promptly production issues and alerts. Right? Execute
It's
changes
a
in the
24
production
hour
environment through automation.
automation.
Automation means what? Either you can go with Python or you will go with shell scripting.
Shell
Correct?
scripting.
So
Yeah.
these are the two scripting language. Partner with SRE teams and program manager to deliver mission critical services, support development of new existing capabilities of compute, storage and network infrastructure, right? So
Yeah.
see, almost 70% of the things is fall under Linux only. Troubleshoot and resolve production issues fall under Linux. Work with support development team,
Support and
identify
development.
and resolve the issues, discuss and plan integration tasks. You only tell me by looking at this JD, what you have understand, Kishore.
It's
Nobody see the data first. Okay, they just think, oh, there is a click. See, we have to accept the truth first of all.
yeah.
Yeah,
First
go
line
ahead.
start from data centers, so I can relate that the GDs. Yeah,
Now, through you only, I'll show you the platform engineer also. Now, see here only. Okay,
yeah,
platform IG Group, right? Platform engineer, right? These are the very good companies and PwC, see platform engineer, correct? PwC is a very well-known
well
organization,
known.
correct?
Yes,
Now, uh, okay, see here. Okay, so
mm,
you see provision infrastructure including servers, networking, storage, and cloud. Correct.
yeah,
Now, this CI/CD, anyways, you are going to learn. Don't worry about that one. Okay. Monitoring system performance, analyze performance, security, and reliability. Integrating
yeah.
security compliance into platform with encryption and access management. Documenting configuration process. Different teams understand, use the same platform. Collaboration with the developer stakeholder, understand and what they need from the platform. Researching emerging technology built into the platform as
Potential
well as
impact.
their potential impact. See, so most of the things, okay, it falls under your Linux only. Okay, that is what
Yeah,
I just wanted to say over here, Kishore. Okay,
yeah,
so if you are good in Linux and self scripting, you should be able to almost do 70% of the work of a platform engineer or a DevOps engineer. See, in DevOps also, once you'll be landed, okay, so if you don't know also some tools, they'll make you to learn. Okay, and soon it's going to be in my channel also. Okay, now coming back to the
okay,
point, if you want to know all these things into a single plate, so this is that reason I have created a course. Okay. Basically, you say I take live batches. So in that live
oh,
batches, those classes I record. And those recorded videos I have uploaded to my own website that I'll share with you. And there I am covering everything. If suppose you want to become a Linux administrator, so
yeah,
it covers, just now I've shown you that course content, right? So that is for
yeah,
Linux and shell scripting. Similarly, I am covering AWS. Similarly, I am covering DevOps tool, automation
yeah.
tool, monitoring tool with three real-time migration projects. So
Oh,
if you want to land anywhere, it's totally up to you. So I'm going to upload more than 150 plus videos over there. Okay. In my
okay,
that 100 days of IT corporate boot camp, by looking,
okay,
by understanding everyone, which covers everything. Okay, so it's
okay,
going to help everyone. So you only want to go for a Linux and shell scripting, that is already covered, so you can go for that one. You want to looking for a DevOps engineer role, you can go and learn that one. Correct. So that
yeah,
is there, that is what I am doing as of now, and I am not uploading it my to my channel. The reason behind that one, those are the live classes videos, means recorded live classes video you cannot upload to YouTube because of the YouTube community guideline and all. I'm not sure whether they will give a strike or not. Okay, so maybe the
okay,
chances the video will be gets deleted, or I'm not sure with that one. Okay, and at the same
okay.
time, if I upload in my own platform, so if you have any doubt, so you can ask immediately within that queries and all in the chat, and I can sort out that doubt. When you have doubt with any of the topic, right, which
Yeah,
where you are getting stuck, you will get materials also, like uh in YouTube it's very difficult for me to, most of the people are asking, sir, please provide some PDF and all. So for that I have created this fresher tube.
okay,
Retain also you need, right? And at the same time, if you ask me anything in that platform where I have hosted my videos and all,
yeah,
that is my own website only, so there you can easily reach out to me. At the same time, I am
okay,
helping in that platform to prepare the resume. I'm helping, I'm
yeah,
ready to refer also. What else you want?
okay,
I'm giving almost 24 into 7 and lifetime access for videos. You no need to
yes,
worry about that one. All those videos and all, right? And you
yeah,
can give mock interviews. you can give at any time. It's not like that once you purchase, so it is only valid for 1 month. So you can
Okay.
come at any time, right? There is a restriction in how many times you can give, okay? But
Yeah.
whenever you think you are ready, you come, I'll take your mock interview. You are ready for career counseling, I'm ready to take your career counseling. What else?
Okay.
So these many things
Yeah.
I am giving into that one, okay? So but yes, that is at the same time, I'll say very honestly, that is I'm charging because the where I have hosted that website means my video and all. So there is a
Yeah.
platform. So there is a platform charges for that one, which is taken by that vendor only, correct? So that I'm not
Okay.
going to pay it from my pocket. That is very honestly I'm
Yeah.
telling you, right? So
Yeah.
you have to spend time. You have to invest in yourself, correct? So
Yeah.
at the same time, if you have financial issues, you can go through my channel. Okay,
Okay.
that option
I
also
have
I'm giving.
I have seen already most of the your videos on YouTube. So
Yes.
I'm yes.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. I was like getting confidence day by day from watching your videos, and today I was surprised that I got I have a call with you.
No worries. But when I promise, when I said for a member, see who is going to give, like, I'm not judging with the money, 150 rupees, I'm just charging for a counseling,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
nothing comes free, very honestly, I'm telling you, but I am trying to
Yeah.
give the very a reasonable rate for everyone. So
Yeah.
if you give something will be free, so you don't have any liabilities, correct? So
Yeah.
if you spend money somewhere, you should have liabilities, correct?
Yeah.
So that is there, but at the same time, by looking at the audience, I've kept it very minimum charges and all. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
right. So, but yes, the 100 days of IT corporate boot camp, if you go, it's going to you get everything in at once. Okay,
Yeah.
that is something.
I
So
I know the value of guidance. So at that time, I have no guidance. So I travel differently, different path. So right now, I follow your videos and take one way paths.
like, that is what you have to, and you need to no need to think left and right. Whatever I have suggest, please go with that one. You will 100% land up with a good job. Already people are landing, they're getting good job and all. Okay, and then that's what.
Yeah.
Say. So anything else I can help you, Kishore, or am I able to resolve your query?
One last question was I was idle from last around 4 months.
Hmm.
So it is more difficult to answer organization to how to fill up your gap,
Hmm.
how to answer your gap.
Hmm. No worries.
Yeah.
You can
And
straightforward say I'll tell you answer. I am the most best person to answer this one because I have
yeah.
gone through the same phase also. I have a
Yeah.
career gap also. That also I told you. Like if you see at the same time in between also, like there is some 2 3 months gap is there. Plus I used to connect with so many members. Okay, and my every day, like it's not every day, I have interviewed so many members and all, so where they have career gap. So what you need to justify, you need to justify with a genuine reason. That's it. Nothing more than that is
Yeah.
required. And if your skills are good, then definitely, if I am an interviewer, I'm going to take you. Okay. And it only matters is that how good your skill set is, how good you are in answering, how good you are in troubleshooting. And if I have asked you something, so that gives the answer. It doesn't give the answer that I have nothing to do with, or somebody has nothing to do with your gap and all. It all matters is that whether you will be fit for my project or not, whether you will be able to work in my project or not. That is the requirement. The requirement is not that Kishore is having 5 months of gap, so I should not take him in my team, right? No. If
I,
he is
re-
a
I I received call for the interview for the data center profile, multiple offers, but I rejected. I want to land in a job only Linux,
very
so
good.
that's why I rejected.
Good. I admire and appreciate your dedication,
Yeah,
Kishore. First of all, that
yeah,
you have taken a decision, and that decision, I can tell you, it's very good. 100% you will be going to land the job which you are looking for, and you are going to get a good salary also. Okay.
yes,
Anything
yes, sir.
else? You need to just mention that you have been laid off from the last company. That is nothing to wrong. Even uh, it can happen to anyone, so we have to give the genuine reason why. I have to take the blame, why I have to tell lie to someone. If company has laid off me, that is there, they did it, right? Correct.
Yeah,
So you have to
yeah.
tell the same thing honestly,
The
that's it. And by the
the
time
project
yeah,
the project ramped down within 6 months.
correct.
So it's also affected on resume. So uh, organization asks for how can I the project ramp down within 6 months.
Why cannot be a project got ramped down in 6 months? Even my, there are
So
so many projects. I don't want to take the name of that organization where I have worked on. Okay, so
yeah,
in a service-based company, the project can ramp down in a 6 months also, or this is the reason you got it. Okay, you don't know about that one, so you can tell that same thing. The client
yeah,
is, there is so many organization which is bidding. So there now the project duration is very short term. Okay. In my
yeah,
current organization also, the project duration is of 4 months, 5 months. The project will be completed in 5 months only. After that, will be tagged to a different project. That is what happening already. So the
yeah,
now the client is looking for the solution immediately. Okay, they want the like things should be done in some 5 months or 6 months. That is what happening already. There are so many projects. I can give you the example where the project will be ended in 6 months only, or where the project will see. I'll tell you the exactly now. I'll tell you what. So when a project, if somebody will get a project, so the first thing is that for that project or a team, he has to hire the resource or the candidates which who are in bench or who are getting rolled off from other project. Correct. So once they will get rolled off from other project or they are in bench, so the first requirement is that that project team manager or a senior delivery manager or the management, right? They will start hiring the resources or the requirement. They have to
yeah,
ramp up the resources. This is the
yeah.
first thing is called ramping up the resource. This is the process
Right.
I'm telling you. Once he has to ramp up the resource, now the next thing is that there will be client interviews and all. So some of
Yeah,
them will be fulfill the client requirement, and some of won't be able to fulfill the client requirement because of the skill set. So again they will be get rolled off from the project. So that also you can tell. Or
yeah,
in case once everything is goes down, it happens with me also in the current company only. So I have been in the project for almost 4 months. Okay, but after that project got ramped down because client is not happy with the either the requirement or their requirement keeps on getting changed. Client requirement
okay.
keeps on getting changed,
Yeah,
right? Now they don't need the resources. So there is a contract, okay, but you are not the person who is managing. You got a reason
right.
that your project got ramped down. If the interviewer
Yeah,
is telling, then go and find out.
right. I was only deployed for on platform on site
Correct.
to service.
So these are the reasons you can give, Kishore. I have given you a very deep insight just now.
Yes, and I
Okay,
got it, sir.
got
Yeah,
it. So I think uh, your queries are resolved, Kishore, right?
yeah, yeah,
So you are okay, or you have any more doubts or any further doubts?
yeah. Have doubt, but we'll ask in next session. Yeah,
Doubts will be never. Okay, so I think I
never
am able
ending,
to
sir.
resolve most of your doubts. And if you have
Yes,
any
yeah,
doubt, then you can ping me at any point of time. I'll answer
yeah,
through the teams only. Okay, so just
yeah.
take care of yourself, your loved one. Bye bye and Jai Hind.